welcome back to Minecraft. We've moved the logo, as you can see, after we blew up the last one. To be honest, we just needed the plot of land at the back there, so we've moved it for the moment. This is on top of the hospital she showed last episode, and yeah, let me know what you thought of that episode. It's completely derpy crazy, but we're thinking of recording more episodes in that fashion, so please, any feedback on that last episode would be great.
It would be nice.
Yeah, I want to show you a few builds that have come up and gone. I'm not entirely sure how much we've shown, but Noah's building here is all pretty much finished now, which I'm not sure we've shown that, but that's all working really nicely. We'll come over to the clock tower. We're going to do some stuff on camera with this clock tower in just a short moment, but first of all, we've got Malinka's build here. This building's come out of nowhere, so we didn't show any frameworks for it because it went up so quick I didn't even get a chance to get it in recording. But it's basically an apartment building. Hopefully I can get in here. And oh shit, wrong button. I may have destroyed one of your doors, or one of your buttons. That's fine.
Traitor.
So you can come into one of these apartments. You got your carzy, toilet, I should say. This is living area. If Malinka's nearby, perhaps you can show us around a little bit.
Coming right in. Which apartment are you? There you are.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone.
So
this is just a basic apartment building with some bedrooms on the top floor and a basic living room, dinner room downstairs.
okay. So just to a quick confession here, for a lot of our builds to get them up so quickly nowadays is we're using a little bit of copy and paste tools and then customization afterwards. So what we did for this is we built the first 2 floors. I'm going to come outside quickly so to explain. Oh, it's not outside yet. Here we go. So we built the first 2 floors of this, and then we copied it, pasted it over and over again to get it tower height. Then a lot of these stairs was done a little bit more manually to get that looking right, and then it was kind of flipped over the bridge, and the whole thing was then repeated over on this side to get the feeling of the full apartment building. We got it put together really fast. I mean, this was done in like an hour.
Something like that.
So Malinka's getting started on another build. He hasn't really told me what this one is.
It's also going to be an apartment complex. There's never enough housing with so many office blocks already available. What I'm going to do is we're going to have 2 lower apartments here on each side of the river, and after that we'll have 2 higher ones with a second layer coming on top of the first ones on the lower floor. In other words, 2 down below, and then slices of 4 apartments for each floor.
Okay, cool. So this will be being built probably by the next episode. This will either be done or nearly done. We may take you through the apartments as a storyline. We don't know yet. Depends how complex all this gets and if we can get anything interesting going in there. So you might be questioning what's going on back here. This is a long-term project which we'll be showing. Most of the building will be done on camera, but we've just spaced a lot of this out. So this stuff won't be off camera, we'll be building on camera. I know most of our stuff has been off camera, but let me come around here. So we've got our level boundary apartments. I'll get onto this building in a second. So from the apartments on the outside, these are going to come loop through and head round here, being a boundary for the level. As we move through, you'll see that these apartments actually cross over the river, which we're going to do something special through here, but the apartments will come up right the way up. And I say this is our level boundary to stop players going outside. But we want to do something about this water and to make it feel more natural that the water is kind of stopping for some reason. So right here, and this is what our project will be for a couple of episodes at least, is a dam. And I've just marked out with glass for the moment, but we're going to be blocking off the water here. Thank you for the day change. And we're raising the land a little bit round here, and we're going to try and do it as naturally as possible But over the top of this will be a hydroelectric power plant. Not over the whole lot, but over some of it to hide it. But yeah, the hydroelectric power plant. Then we're going to raise the water of this entire section up by about 3 blocks to make it look as if the water's kind of up against the wall here. And then it will effectively run up to the terraced housing, which will be a bit higher over here. Instead of on the ground level, it will be raised up, and the terraced housing will go over the dam. So that's the explanation of the dam, and say you'll see that a lot more in the next few videos as we build this on camera. And we'll come over, explain a bit about Rex building. So Reclaw here has been mashing his head, shall we say, on building an elevator. It's not working yet, but when it is, you'll be the first to know. You hear Reclaw? Yeah.
Yep, where are you?
I'm dropping in. Hello.
So my current opinion of this build is, I'm just gonna throw this at you. Yep, look at that. Right there on the ground, right next to you. That's my opinion of this build so far. This elevator is supposed to go up nice and clean, but with some sort of multiplayer delay, it kind of just gets stuck. Right like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how to fix that. So I might have to use a different type of elevator. I don't know really what to do with that, but that's that part. Everything else about this place is great, though. The lobby design down here is kind of cool looking. I was sort of inspired by a lot of other hotels that have the sort of big water cascade. And this building, if Malinka's doing the, or is it Malinka or Miracy that's doing the other apartments?
Malinka's doing apartments. I'm doing some apartments as well, but there's lots of apartments going on.
This is supposed to be the upper class apartments, basically. The ritzy people that have entirely too much cash, sort of thing. So it's got to have the crazy little lobby area that looks pretty. And then if you come all the way up here to the very, 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 very top.
Yep, right behind.
You eventually come into what's going to be the penthouse apartment, which is
Dr. Falk's residence.
the doctor character, yeah, from the hospitals stuff. And he's got a little thing in here where if you explore this apartment, you discover a little secret. There's a note here that says, "Dear housekeeping, Dee's not getting enough leg stretching lately if you see him taken for a walk." And if the player comes out here, walks up these stairs, they hit pretty much an unavoidable pressure plate that triggers a dog to spawn above, sorry, I'm getting ahead of you a little bit, above this bookshelf here. And, nah, kind of spoilers, but that gives you a little doggy to play around with if you want to. And there's a nice little pit stop for the player in here with an enchanting table and all that sort of thing too. And then after all that's done with, the player can come out here and see that there's a little ritzy rooftop swimming pool sort of dealio with activated lights and all that. If it happens to be nighttime, the player can mess around with those. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the apartment building right now. It's not super complicated, I guess.
So we've talked about the parkour section, which starts from your apartment building. Watch me derp it up. There we go. I'm going to fail. So far we've got it running across the top and over here and jumping into this, and I won't spoil the rest, but that's some of the parkour section. So you can see we're still working on the parkour idea. Let's come down here, see what else is new. We have here Noha. If you come over to me, this can be a long episode, I'm afraid, but come over here, Noha.
I'm away.
I'm outside your space program training center at the moment.
Yes.
Just by the front door. And we may not actually have time to work on that clock, maybe next episode. I didn't realise we've got quite a lot to talk through, actually. So yes, the space program. Show me around, Dr. Fox.
A lot of stairs.
Okay.
You can, and it basically trains people for space. Space.
The final
I knew you were
frontier.
gonna do that.
Captain's log. Sorry, I left it in the top
Running
right.
out of wood.
So we've got the supercomputer, then the smaller computers around
Uh-huh.
for training on how to use that. Then lots of computers, because you always need lots of computers.
Excellent.
I thought there were epilepsy
So this is
machines.
like the space control center as such for...
Yeah, this is for controlling it all.
Yeah. And I don't know how we'll fit this into the adventure map in terms of story, but we'll think of something. And then we've got here a
This is the-
simulator, isn't it?
A simulator for space travel, yes.
Which...
And then there's the
Well-
way into the simulator. And then
thing
the
is-
final mission controls.
There's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
buildings where they may not be intricate to the story or not, but we give players a reason to go inside them to retrieve something or do something. But we want to get the whole thing down that if you see a building, you can go inside it and fart around wherever you like.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be pretty crap if you went inside a building and you couldn't get to the next floor, and it's like, oh, I really want to explore this building, oh, but I can't because I've only built one floor and the rest is just filler. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure you can
Yeah.
access every single floor of every building in this entire map.
Yeah, so even
No,
if...
that's exactly what I did with my building.
Yeah, so even though we'll be drawing players into certain ways, if you wanted to go off story, you certainly could. This building here is slightly unfinished. I think it's going to be looping in somehow into the next building, but this is one of Voldex's builds that needs work at the moment. Right.
It's just a small building.
This one
I'll
here,
get it finished.
Noah, this is something that I asked you to build. This originally was going to be a multi-story car park, which I explained on an episode. But when we tried to build it as a multi-story car park, it was complete derp, and we just couldn't do it. So instead, we turned it into a car showroom. So same kind of idea, but slightly different. And we've got various cars.
Malinka helped a lot with this.
Yes, I heard, yes. From the A-Team van.
Yes.
Crazy speed racing kind of car here.
You got racing that race.
A
You're
couple
too
of
young.
couple of motorbikes I see in here with the handlebars, levers as handlebars. A school bus. A limousine, although that one's a bit harder to see in
Mhm.
the light. And a few other sporty cars and motorbikes here. That looks like a taxi cab maybe, or a hearse.
Mm.
I don't know.
That's my hearse.
Okay, so this moves on to this building here. This building is an apartment complex. These staircases, which I've got here, this will actually be repeated in the opposite corner over where my cursor is, if you can just about see. So far corner. And this is just the first floor, and each of these have been spaced out at the moment. So you'd come in this door, there'll be like a bathroom, a living room, bedroom, all of the amenities will be filled out. This will be the second apartment here. The third apartment, the door to it is back, derp, is here. And then the fourth apartment, which is the big complex, is here with all the different rooms. And the ceiling height will be raised to, let me just grab a random block, to this height. And then it will be repeated again all the way up the building, so it's very tall. But the staircase for this is outside. And so I want that kind of, that feeling of cheap accommodation, really, cheap apartment blocks. As opposed to anything expensive. If you want a ritzy place, then you can go to Voldex's building. Which brings me nicely to next door. Sorry, so many buildings have been going on here. It's been going so fast, and I've been away, so I haven't been able to record. But next building here, we've got another Miracy, the Boring Door Company.
That was the first idea, but I think it's going to be a casino.
Oh, a casino. Oh, awesome. That's be really fun.
Oh god, that's even more boring.
There's no need for that. So the framework's
I wanna-
down, as you can see. The outside here. I think he's given space, as you can see from over here, for lots of redstone things going on. So we'll have working things going on in here.
A working elevator.
Oh, and a working elevator. Excellent. Yeah, and again, this will rise up. We just wanted to show you the framework. So, as I say, this is going to be the casino. By the sound of things, it looks awesome. God, there was so much to show here. Is there anything else I need to show? Have I left anything out, guys?
No,
No, not I can think of.
nothing of significant importance.
I know after last episode with the hospital, we gave you a bit of a treat. So, you know, we're not going to have every episode be that detailed and be that filled with crazy objects and things going on, but we'll do as much as we can and get as much of it on camera as we can. And thanks again for everyone who's worked very hard on this server. And yeah, as seeing as we've gone through everything as our update, and we've got no time really left for building, I'm going to bid everyone good night again. So everyone say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good night.
And we'll see you next time.